So today we may feel like we are pulled between the desire to reach out, and the urge to step back. Unsure of what's fueling our emotions or how other people are receiving them, perceiving them. In our relationships, whether romantic or platonic, we may feel like we're walking a tightrope on a day like today. Each step is charged with passion, but it's shadowed in some kind of hesitation. Old patterns, unresolved tensions, they could all surface on a day like today, asking us to face them with an honesty, with a compassion. And don't get me wrong, this energy isn't about tearing things apart, it's about digging deeper. Ask yourself, where have I been running from my truth? Where have I masked my vulnerability with frustration? Or where have I lost my temper? Or where have I retreated? What unspoken words linger between you and those you love? So this energy offers us a chance to rewrite the story of our connections. We're shifting from reaction to reflection to creating stronger and deeper bonds. So join me as we embark on a journey of self-discovery. We'll gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy and move forward today and every day. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. I send it right back to you. Welcome to your daily focus for December the 12th, 2024. Okay, numerology, we have the 12 energy. The 12 energy is all about being in the moment. It's all about understanding what we are going through in the present time, looking at it with a logical sense rather than an emotional one. So that might be a little tricky on a day like today. To understand where we have control in our life, where we desire control, why we desire it, what is the motivation behind it. It's a time to pull it back a bit, take a step back from the situation, and understand it with a clarity. Don't force the clarity, but rather allow that clarity to come in towards you. 1 plus 2 is a 3. The 3 energy is about transformation. Absolutely. It's our voice, it's our thoughts, it's our imagination. It's allowing our heart to be led through our path with a curiosity, with a desire for beauty and growth and harmony and love, abundance and prosperity. If we look at the daily numerology, it would be a 3 plus a 3 plus an 8. That gives us a 14. And the 14 energy is about balance. It's about having more by having less. What do we have too much of in our life? This is a perfect time to donate it, to give it away, regift it, whatever. To simplify in your life what really matters. Maybe we're doing that with objects. Maybe we're doing that with our connections. Maybe we're doing that with certain things that we do, our habits, our behaviors. Where do we have too much and too little? This could be our routines. And bringing in that balance that gives us that strength, gives us that feeling of confidence. 1 plus 4 is a 5. The 5 is all about creating giggles and laughter and joy in the present moment. It's about being authentic. It's about allowing your creativity, your inner expression to flow. Our sun is in Sagittarius. Our moon is in Taurus. And Venus sits opposite Mars today. So love, connection, harmony versus our drive and being assertive. But because Mars is in retrograde, we might enter more of a personal exploration of how we manage the balance between these two energies. So we could find ourselves reminiscing, revisiting unresolved issues in certain relationships, whether or not they're romantic or platonic. It may seem harder to express our feelings, to find the right words. So have a patience with yourself and others. Okay, take a step back. Take thought prior to speaking it aloud. Okay, don't react. Don't be impulsive. Avoid that at all costs on a day like today. Trust in the process and don't try and force that clarity in. Okay, this is a very excellent energy to mend wounds within a relationship. It's also an excellent time to realize a toxic pattern that is developing within a relationship and to reset those boundaries to healthy boundaries that support each other. I counseled, we'll call them Alan Trudy. Alan Trudy, and we were talking, and it was like every day there was these little stupid petty arguments that they were having, constantly nitpicking at each other and criticizing each other, and so we finally asked the question of why does this keep happening? And so Alan Trudy, their homework was to go home and ask that question. Why? What is it really this that's bothering me, or is it something deeper? Something that I've bottled up, something that I've pushed down, something that I've tried to ignore to create harmony and beauty within the relationship. And they were both guilty of it. Of not saying what they meant at the present moment, pushing it down, but it came out as frustrations. It came out as anxieties and tensions anyways. So we took a step forward in realizing the power of communication within that relationship. Under this energy, we could feel drained. We could feel unmotivated. So, honor that. Take some time down, or some time down to rest, to recuperate, to practice a little bit of self-care for yourself, to love yourself. This would be an excellent energy to do an exercise like writing out a letter to yourself or someone else. To try and process your unresolved emotions with that situation or with that person or something about yourself. And understand and forgive and then burn it. Let it go. It's amazing how cleansing that exercise is. If you, I don't knock it till you try it, okay? Meditate or journal. Absolutely. Have a conversation with seemingly yourself. Take a walk through nature. Channel any kind of frustrations and kind of anxieties and fears into a clarity using those tools. And passion and patience, it needs to walk hand in hand down our path during this time. Okay, the frustrations will feel sharper, but they carry lessons, so pay attention. Desires will feel urgent, but they do require understanding, so back it up. The pull between giving and receiving, being heard and truly listening. Powerful teachers, absolutely. But embracing this kind of discomfort, okay, rather than shying away from it, which most of us will do on a day like today, if we do not know the power of its potential, okay, this discomfort allows us for breakthroughs. And just not how we relate to others, but how we relate to ourselves. Okay, it's a time of emotional intensity. We don't learn when it's easy. We learn when it's frustrating and we're struggling and we have fear coming up and anxieties coming up. So self-awareness under this kind of energy is our greatest ally. Get curious about your emotions, your motivations. Explore what drives you, what fuels your passion, what motivates you. And what barriers, what fears, what limitations, what anxieties keep you from sharing your true self. So by choosing growth over being impulsive, we do have the power to create harmony. even, or better in the face of friction. Okay, cards. So ground yourself today. Okay, underlying energy. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups tells us that in order to go into new ways of being, new ways of becoming, it can be very uncomfortable. We may have to leave some of our comforts, some of our things that we love. You know, we're going on a diet, but we love chocolate cake. Well, guess what? It doesn't mean that we can't ever have chocolate cake again. We can always revisit, but we must move past the chocolate cake. Reward ourselves with something a little bit healthier, more nutritious. To tell ourselves that we're worth it, that we deserve to take care of ourselves because we've got a lot to do. This is a time when, you know, we're excited about this new path forward. We absolutely are, but we know that we'll unleash our creativity, our inner expression, or we'll stand so authentic in our realities. Or, you know, how do you see yourself going forward? You know, do you see yourself with a strength, a determination? And this is letting go of some of the things. We can't take everything with us. The 14 energy says simplify. The 14 energy told us to have a balance in our life. Maybe we could have one piece of chocolate cake, but we can't have the whole cake as much as we want to. So I'm almost getting like the self-discipline has to be in play with this card, which is kind of weird that I'm getting that with that card. But it's almost like we have to change some things about who we are, our reactions, or our temperament, or how we respond, how we react, rather than enabling ourselves to move forward with a strength, with a grace, with a confidence. The Emperor. The Emperor is our first card. He is the planner. He is the strategizer. He is one of our highest diplomats in the deck. So know that your heart and your mind are cemented today, working as one. That you can be very diplomatic if need be, if you are putting it in your focus, if you are concentrating on being that person, walking that path today. Also, your intuition is very strong. So if it doesn't seem right, chances are it's not right. And it's not a time to push it down, but rather to discuss it once you've chosen the correct words, as he would do. And if he doesn't know something, he goes out and he finds other people to fill him in on what he needs to know. So are we spending our time, you know, trying to find those people who have already walked our path? What they did, what they didn't do. I found somebody the other day, they did something that was on my bucket list. And so, you know, I was asking them all kinds of questions because I wanted to know, you know, what was the downside? What was the upside? How did you decide this? How did you choose that? So whatever goal, whatever dream, whatever desires you are working towards, this is a very strong card to say that we can make some very strong, bold steps, or at least the strategies, the footsteps that we are going to step, the strategies that we are going to employ. We have the Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Wands energy. Now, she is the judge and jury. Okay, she sits there very patiently. She waits for all the answers to come to her questions. And then when she gets enough information, not all the information, nothing is perfect. If we wait for perfect, we'll just keep sitting there. But we just wait for enough information that we know this is the right thing to do at this moment in time. And then we act upon it. We act upon it with a sense of assurance that if something isn't working, that we can easily remedy it. And when we have this energy, when we finally do make that decision, we never really have to look over our shoulder and wonder if we made the right decision. It's usually a very strong decision that we're making, so long as we are gathering the information, gathering the facts, and not waiting on ceremony to begin. And the Ten of Pentacles. Love the Ten of Pentacles energy. This is our yes card. This is yes, it is achievable. Yes, it is doable. Absolutely. You might have to allow magic to come in. You might have to allow others to come in and support you. And it's almost as if you have made some small successes in this area already, but not to the peak of what you expect it to be. So I see a mountain and you're climbing it, and when you get to that peak, you put your flag in the top, kind of thing. So the true success that you want can be yours, but you have to have a patience with yourself. You have to allow in this help and support of others. And you have to allow for the magic and ask the magic to be present as well. So talk to God, your maker, the universe, your angels, your guides, your higher self, the universe, whatever name you give that. And celebrate knowing, okay, when the Emperor starts out and he's got this plan of action, and then he brings in the information so he can strategize and do it. He doesn't hope and wish and dream that this might one day become a reality. He knows it's going to be a reality. The only question is in his mind, is it going to be as good as or better than he imagined it being? There's no doubt in his mind that he's going to put that flag at the top of the mountain. Just how it's going to come about could be a little foggy yet, but it is going to turn out exactly as he sees it, or better. He knows those are the only two options, that there's no room for failure here, because there shouldn't be, because we have a planned attack. Okay, let's get a oracle card. I feel like I have a Dylan hair there or something. Dylan's my dog. In case you're brand new, you would not know what a Dylan hair would be. Okay, here we go. Fresh approach, the 21. So we have the 12 energy today and the 21 energy, which brings us to that 3 energy. 21 is more about tying up those loose ends. Ready to start your new path. So we have fresh approach here. Time to step out of the box. Time to step out of the box and the old way of doing things. You're being challenged to try something new. Look at how to create magic in your world. Create with the intention of filling your life with joy and happiness. Achieve your dream, your desires, while experimenting with your new activities. You always have options. Don't feel limited. Even when you aren't in motion, you are making a choice. You are being prodded to make a decision now, so don't worry about not making the right one. Every mistake brings us lessons and opportunities. The amount you can learn is immeasurable. Base your choice on love and the best option for you. Imagine that failing is not part of your choices. So if that's the case, what will you choose? Well, what will you choose? If failure wasn't part of it, I love how it always paraphrases me. What would you choose if you knew that goal, that dream, that desire could be yours with proper planning, strategy, the action behind it? What would you choose? What would you do? Because you always have options. There's always ways. This energy asks us to slow down and understand those ways. And we have see through the illusion. And I think with Neptune going direct recently, it's just a little bit of maybe a hint that that energy is still very strong. There's our dragonfly. Remember, a lot of Neptune going direct is the fact that the clarity starts to come in. The fog does lift. Accomplishments, inspiration, and wishes. I've realized that the past and future are really illusions, and they can exist in the present, which is what there is and all there is. So very much of our 12 energy of being in the moment. Dragonfly reminds you that there is beauty within simple things, and passion helps to lift that flight. Now is the time for you to reward yourself for every accomplishment, small or large. Shed the sadness from your soul and spirit so you can see through the illusion you have created that doesn't fit the real you. Pick up some motivational novels, stories, autobiographies, and feel the shift within your vibration. Paste sticky notes around your house, desk, mirror, even your car, that they have inspirational quotes on them. Share your wishes, your dreams with your family and friends. Dragonflies can often be found near water sources, so they can represent a strong emotion within you. Write a letter to yourself, forgiving yourself for all the times you felt you failed, and then add all your accomplishments and what you want to complete. It's a time to be your true self, the one you were born to be. So dragonflies come in a variety of colors and are often seen as magical. One moment their color may look green, the next blue, then purple, then pink. The message behind the dragonfly is that sometimes life isn't all that it appears to be. See through the illusion that either you or someone else in your life is trying to portray. So be authentic, be real. Okay? We so often build the illusion of why we can't go forward. And when we see that illusion, we're like, I can't believe I was telling myself this. What happened? How did I fall into that? How did I start believing that? What was wrong with me? You know how often I hear those words, especially from women who were in very toxic relationships? The strong person, the person that they were before the relationship, starts to emerge again, and they're like, oh my gosh, what happened? So this is about being authentic with yourself, being loving to yourself, to make sure that you are not giving yourself criticism, but other people are not allowed to talk down to you, push over your emotions. To stand strong, to stand tall, and don't push things down, don't bottle things up for the sake of harmony, for the sake of this will give us balance, because it won't in the long run. It comes out in other ways. It always resurfaces. So deal with it and put it in your rearview mirror. Love yourself. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.